Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. This is Hamza Noor, and in this particular video I'm going to solve the question number 5 of International A-Level Edexcel P4 January 2022 paper. So it says that figure 2 shows a sketch of the curve with parametric equations. X is equals to under root of 9 minus 40 and y is equals to t cube divided by under root of 9 plus 40, where t is greater than or equals to 0, less than or equals to 9 over 4. And then you have the information that the curve will touch the x-axis when t is equals to 0, and it meets the y-axis when t is equals to 9 over 4. And then it says that the region R shown shaded in figure 2 is bounded by the curve, the x-axis and the y-axis, as we can already see. So the requirement of part A is to show that the area of R is given by k times the integration of t cube divided by under root of 81 minus 16t square. You need to integrate this with respect to t, meaning you have a definite integral with upper limit 9 over 4 and lower limit 0. We need to show that it is an integrand in this form, where k is a constant to be found. So as we want to find the area of the region R, and we need to show a definite integral in a particular form which is required in the question. So first of all, we have x as a function of t. Let's say x is equals to ft, which is x is equals to under root of 9 minus 40. So first of all, we need to find dx over dt. Why? Because as you know that area would be equals to integration of y with respect to x. Okay, so we need something in place of dx as well. All right, so that we can convert it into a form which is related with dt as per the requirement of the question. So according to chain rule, we are going to find the dx over dt function. So first of all, x is equals to 9 minus 4t whole thing raised to the power half. So therefore we can say that dx over dt is equals to half multiplied by 9 minus 4t whole thing raised to the power half minus 1, and then it is multiplied by the derivative of 9 minus 4t with respect to t. So this is basically the concept of chain rule. So dx over dt will be equals to half multiplied by 9 minus 4t whole thing raised to the power minus half multiplied by minus 4. So therefore we can say that dx over dt is equals to minus 2 multiplied by 9 minus 40 whole thing is raised to the power minus half. So therefore we can say that dx over dt is equals to minus 2 divided by under root of 9 minus 40. This is the dx over dt function. So now what we are going to do, we are going to make dx the subject of the equation over here. So this will be minus 2 divided by under root of 9 minus 4t, and this whole fraction is multiplied by dt, as we want something in place of dx. Okay, and obviously in terms of t. So we want to find the area, which is equals to integration of y with respect to x. So in place of y, what we can write? We can write t cube divided by under root of 9 plus 40, and in place of dx we can write minus 2 divided by under root of 9 minus 40, and this whole fraction will be multiplied by dt. And as you can see that area is equals to integration of y with respect to x. So the upper value of x is a and the lower value of x is b. Okay, so in this case, x is equals to a will be over here and x is equals to b will be over here. So when x is basically equals to a, t is equals to 0, and when x is equals to b, t is basically equals to 9 over 4. So originally we have to keep t is equals to 0 over here in place of x is equals to a, and in place of x is equals to b, we are going to write t is equals to 9 over 4. So area will be equals to minus 2 multiplied by integration of t cube divided by this under root of 9 plus 4t and under root of 9 minus 4t are multiplied with each other. As you know, according to the rules of surds, under root of a multiplied by under root of b is basically equals to under root of ab. So therefore, we can say that t cube divided by under root of 9 plus 4t multiplied by 9 minus 4t. Okay, and this whole fraction will be multiplied by dt, and here we have the upper limit 0 and the lower limit 9 over 4. Okay, so area will be equals to minus 2 multiplied by integration of t cube divided by under root of, since we have the form of a plus b multiplied by a minus b, and it will be expanded, so we will get a form of a square minus b square, so under root of 9 square minus 4t whole square. And this whole fraction will be multiplied by dt. And here we have the upper value of t, which is 0, and the lower one is 9 over 4. But according to the requirement of the question, the upper limit is 9 over 4 and the lower limit is 0. So all you need to remember is that when you integrate, let's say fx with respect to x with upper limit a and the lower limit is b, and if you need to swipe the limits, you want a as the lower limit and b as the upper limit. So for that purpose, whole integral will be multiplied by a minus sign. So this whole thing is basically equivalent to integration of fx with respect to x with upper limit b and the lower limit a, and this whole integral is multiplied by a minus sign. This is basically an identity which you need to remember. In this case, as per the requirement of the question, the upper value of t will be 9 over 4 and the lower one will be 0. So for that purpose, whole integral will be multiplied by a minus sign. So therefore, we can say that area is equals to minus sign multiplied by minus 2 multiplied by the integration of t cube divided by under root of 81 minus 16t square with respect to t, and the upper limit will be 9 over 4 and the lower limit will be 0. So I'm going to erase some of the working from the top so I can make some space for mentioning the final answer. So now we can say that therefore area is equals to 2 multiplied by integration of t cube divided by under root of 81 minus 16t square with respect to t, with the upper limit 9 over 4 and the lower limit is 0. This is supposed to be our answer to part A, and therefore k is equals to 2. So we have shown the definite integral in this form. So this was the requirement of part A. So now let's move on to part B, and I'll do the working for part B on the next page. So the requirement of part B is using the substitution u is equals to 81 minus 16t square, or otherwise find the exact area of R. So as we have shown that in order to find the area, 2 multiplied by integration of t cube divided by under root of 81 minus 16t square, we need to integrate this with respect to t with upper limit 9 over 4 and the lower limit is 0. So here we have the substitution u is equals to 81 minus 16t square. So first of all, we are going to differentiate u with respect to t, meaning we will find the du over dt function. And then we will make dt the subject because we need to substitute something in place of dt, because our purpose is to convert this whole integral in the form of u. So du over dt will be equals to 0 minus 2 times 16 times t raised to the power 2 minus 1. Therefore, du over dt is equals to minus 32t. And then when we make dt the subject, this will be equals to du divided by minus 32t. And now we are going to find the new limits. Okay. And as we have the substitution, u is equals to 81 minus 16 t square. So when t is basically equals to 9 over 4, we are going to find the value of u. So u will be equals to 81 minus 16 times 9 over 4 squared. So 81 minus 16 times 9 over 4 square, this is supposed to be 0. So when t is equals to 9 over 4, u is equals to 0. And then we have t is equals to 0. So u will be equals to 81 minus 16 times 0 square. So therefore u is equals to 81. So when t is equals to 0, u is equals to 81. So now in the next step, we can say that area is equals to 2 multiplied by integration of t cube divided by under root of 81 minus 16 t square. And since as we can see that u is equals to 81 minus 16 t square, therefore we can say that t cube divided by under root of u, and this whole fraction is completely multiplied by dt. So in place of dt, we can write du divided by minus 32t. And here we will put the new limits. When t is equals to 9 over 4, u is equals to 0. And when t was equals to 0, u was equals to 81. And as we can see that t cube divided by t, this will be simplified as t square. We will be left with t square in the numerator. So now in the next step, I can say that area is equals to 2 divided by minus 32, and this is multiplied by the integration of t square divided by under root u with respect to u, with upper limit 0 and lower limit 81. So as we can see that t square is still existing in the numerator. Okay, we need to eliminate this, and for that purpose we will use the substitution and make t square the subject. So I'm continuing the working on the top. As we know that u is equals to 81 minus 16 t square, therefore if we make t square the subject, this will be equals to 81 minus u completely divided by 16. So in place of t square, we can write 81 minus u completely over 16. So now in the next step, we can say that area is equals to 2 over minus 32 is simplified as minus 1 over 16. And this will be multiplied by 81 minus u over 16 completely divided by under root of u. And this whole fraction will be multiplied by du. Okay, meaning with respect to u, upper limit 0, lower limit 81. So now we can say that area is equals to minus 1 over 16 multiplied by integration of 81 minus u divided by 16 times under root u with respect to u, with upper limit 0, lower limit 81, because this 16 will come in the denominator. So therefore we can say that area is equals to minus 1 over 256 multiplied by the integration of 81 minus u divided by under root u with respect to u, with upper limit 0 and lower limit 81. So far we have achieved this thing. So now I'm going to erase the earlier working so that I can make a space on the same page. All right. So area is equals to minus 1 over 256 multiplied by the integration of 81 divided by under root u minus u divided by under root u. We need to integrate this with respect to u, with upper limit 0 and lower limit 81. So I have basically expressed the single fraction 81 minus u completely over under root u as two separate fractions. Okay. So now in the next step, we can say that area is equals to minus 1 over 256 multiplied by the integration of, according to the laws of indices, we can say that 81 times u raised to the power minus half minus u raised to the power 1 minus half, which is supposed to be half. We need to integrate this expression with respect to u, with upper limit 0, lower limit 81. So now in the next step, we can finally integrate this. So first of all, minus 1 over 256 as a constant term outside, and when we will integrate 81 times u raised to the power minus half with respect to u. So 81 times u raised to the power minus half plus 1 upon minus half plus 1, and then minus sign. And when we integrate u raised to the power half with respect to u, so u raised to the power half plus 1 upon half plus 1, and upper limit is 0, lower limit is 81. So therefore area is equals to minus 1 over 256 is completely multiplied by 81 times u raised to the power half divided by half minus u raised to the power 3 over 2 divided by 3 over 2, with upper limit 0, lower limit 81. So now what we need to do, we need to simplify the terms and we need to evaluate the value of this definite integral. And I'm going to erase the earlier working from here so I can make some space. So area is equals to minus 1 over 256. This is completely multiplied by 81 divided by half. This is supposed to be 162. So 162 times u raised to the power half minus 1 divided by 3 over 2 will be 2 over 3. So 2 over 3 multiplied by u raised to the power 3 over 2. Upper limit 0, lower limit 81. So therefore area is equals to minus 1 over 256 completely multiplied by 162 times 0 raised to the power half minus 2 over 3 times 0 raised to the power 3 over 2, and then we close this bracket and then we have a minus sign. Okay, I'm continuing the working in the next line and we open a new bracket. Okay, and 162 times 81 raised to the power half minus 2 over 3 times 81 raised to the power 3 over 2. Okay, so now we can say that area is equals to minus 1 divided by 256. This is completely multiplied by 0 minus 162 times under root 81. This is 1458, and since we have a subtraction sign over here, so this will be multiplied by this minus sign. So here we will have a positive sign now. Okay, and 2 over 3 multiplied by 81 raised to the power 3 over 2. This is supposed to be 486. So far we have achieved this thing. So therefore area is equals to minus 1 over 256 multiplied by 486 minus 1458. This is minus 972. So therefore area is equals to 243 divided by 64. This is the exact value of the area of the region R. So this is supposed to be our answer to part B. So this was the question number 5 of International A-Level Edexcel P4 January 2022 paper.